Minute that I've been live. It's great to be back. It's the Blockchain Mastery Podcast, and it's time for us to have another interesting conversation. As always, we do what we can to enlighten people on blockchain technology, the opportunities and possibilities for the future. Now, before we begin, I just wanted to ask if, for instance, you were interested in creating professional grade ads. Yeah, I'm not talking about calling your guy that you know, that student that's into graphics. No, I'm talking about AI generated advertising. Now, a lot of people have amazing brand ideas. They just don't have the time to put together all those ads. Now, if you look at your screen, you'll see an ad to my right. Now, this particular ad was generated by adcreative.ai. This is simply an AI that was put together so that it would make work easier for you and me. Very simple. Pick your colors, pick the ideas you have, and just type it into the system. Once you do that, just press send, and it'll generate loads of different ads for you, for your business, and for what you want to, create them for. It could be anything from motivational quotes to, specific ads for products, services, even for season's greetings. Hey, you never know what you might need an ad for. Why not scan the QR code on your screen right now and just look no further than adcreative.ai and see if this particular site can help you. It's been helpful for me, and hopefully it'll be helpful for you as well. All right, then let's go straight into today's show. Today, we're going to be having an interesting conversation on artificial intelligence, AI, like I was just talking about a bit earlier. So much has been happening in the AI space. Blockchain and AI are the two most important and emerging technologies. Now, blockchain is versatile, it's easy to apply, but AI has surpassed all its limitations of experimenting performances in labs. Now, both are embedded with the most recent technological developments, and both have different roots. Blockchain is considered a shared and permanent ledger that will be used for the encryption of data in the future. Now, an AI engine, on the other hand, enables an individual to analyze and make decisions from the collected data. So it's worth mentioning that each technology has its multiple complications, but AI and blockchain together are going to provide quite a bit more benefits. Now, to talk about this and help us dissect this world, we have with us DEJI Adegoroye. Now, he is a tech enthusiast and so much more. He's an advocate for innovation and change, and he's the founder of VeVe, which is a menstrual health brand, and an advocate for achieving the SDGs. He believes the power and potential of Bitcoin have yet to be fully harnessed, and the possibilities are endless. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the show, Adedeji.
Hello, what's up, TT?
All right, so I've done what I can to give some insight into who you are, but you have to let us into how you got into this particular space. Being a tech enthusiast is one thing, but how did it all begin for you? Talk to us.
Like growing up as a kid, I have always been into knowing how my dad would buy a radio and bring it home, and I'll take it apart and then try and reassemble. When I was a lot younger, I didn't know how to reassemble some of these items, and they ended up being time when I get toys. I create my own toys from those toys. I've always had this inquisitive, and that's led me on a path to information technology as a computer science. I love technology, and since my father saw that as a trend, he said that okay, why not push me towards sciences, which he did. And then eventually, even after secondary school, in fact, I just dived fully into technology, always doing research, wanting to know get out there, what can it do. I started selling and repairing devices, laptops, phones. The first laptop I ever used that was mine was actually made from scratch. scraps from some of my customers. Exciting, pulling a screen from here, a faulty keyboard from here, hard drive, and putting that made like my first laptop. So I've always had this drive, and now what's new? What's the new innovation? How does it work? And this led me to study. And beautifully enough, the idea of blockchain when I was entering into university, with the whole crypto coming out, like the whole Bitcoin coming out, and it was very exciting because so many people missed out on it, including me. And I didn't take enough energy to know how can this be useful. As grown over time, I've been able to invest in it, been able to know how it works. It's very exciting.
Mm.
That's been the journey.
You said missed out on it, and that's a deep statement. Missed out on what exactly?
On the start of, let me just put it that way. But then there have been so many other starts that have coming up, like different coins coming up. Initial starts, the initial jump, it's just like knowing from one of my favorite movies, Before Sunlight Exists. That was just something that so many people missed out upon. I remember I was by a friend to buy Bitcoin when it was 6,000 naira for one coin, and I was like, all these things like MMM and all those kind of stuff. And I was more focused on iPhone works, what new improvements they have made and stuff like that. So I'll say it's kind of like, yeah.
And since then, how far have you gone? How far has your sojourn into blockchain tech gone? What are the limits for you right now?
Well, so far, it's like I said, it's been an exciting journey because you'll miss out. I've been able to learn, especially when it comes to trading on the blockchain, acquiring assets. It's been a wonderful journey because especially from my days in the university where we treated in essence the chain, and over the years the different studies that have come out about the impact of what blockchain. In fact, it's just magnanimous. It's very, very powerful. In fact, yes.
So I'm honestly always interested in hearing where people think it's going to go. Now, we did come here to talk about artificial intelligence in blockchain tech. Now, how have you gotten involved in that particular space?
Okay, so first of all, first, should I say, touch or interaction with the blockchain space was crypto and trading with and then I didn't really know so much about it, and I needed to learn. So I went to learn, know how to trade, those who know what it means to work with blockchain. And I would say that that was my first experience. But so far, I feel the impact of AI on our, in fact, on our current standings and everything can actually take where we are. I can take us very, very far. For example, if we look at Nigeria having our current situation of cashless policy, I can say that if we use blockchain on our current issues, we can actually solve transactions because if you notice, so many people may send from one bank to the other because he has to now do an online transaction. So assuming we had proper blockchain technology working, it will not pend or hang because it will just be smooth. Everything will just be, it will be accessible to be as smooth as possible. So that's my view on affect our lives.
Now we need to actually touch on what AI actually is and how it works, and how what the conversation around weak AIs and strong AIs. Talk to us about the types of artificial intelligence that exist.
Okay, well, AI can just be seen as like it's seen, or yes, a computer language or computer that accesses database. So I would say the earliest form of AI is one of the earliest form of AI is Excel. So if you take a database which says 1 + 1 is 2 is 4, and 2 × 2 is 4. Now the calculator, what it does is of knowledge, and then when you ask it a question, it uses computing power to ask it 200 + 200, it gives you the answer ASAP. So basically the form of AI, and it has advanced since then. So I now say that AI has two main branches. We have what we call the weak AI. That when it comes to weak AI, it's AI that does what you call specific tasks. Tasks include things like maybe playing chess. You can teach it how to play chess, and which has other diverse uses. So, for example, one of the recent ones that ChatGPT. Now, these types of AI, what they do is that they take data from and then they put it together to now create something or bring out results or computed responses that makes it look like as if it's smart, but in actual it's it's giving you a response based on the data that has been fed. So that's basically the difference between weak AI and strong AI. So further say that when it comes to AI, if you're going to apply it to and what it can do, AI is not going to. I look at it that AI is not going to take away people's job. People grow. For example, when calculators were created, it didn't take away people. Those who know what to do, who know what they're doing, it actually helps you do better. It's better. It's just like when the computer came around, it didn't take away people's jobs, but rather it helped those who. So, for example, let's go back again to ChatGPT. There are so many. Personally, I have used it, and if you're a professional, you realize that the applications is just limitless. So, for example, if you are into coding, as I am, I'm actually an IT professional. So if I would say I want to create, and I ask ChatGPT, hey ChatGPT, can you help me create a website? So it scans so many databases and so many pinpoints and knows that okay, this is what can help me. Now the sad part is people feel like as if it's just going to take away your job. Even when I ask ChatGPT, help me generate a website, it's going to probably give me some codes. Now, those codes include the HTML, include the Python or the CSS, and for those who understand some of the jargons that I am spitting, these are some of the building blocks for a website. Now, if you don't know anything about website design, codes, you will not be able to fix it together because it won't give you that some key elements in. So what it does is that it gives you like a structure or a framework. It helps you done and thus help you to do much more. So if it takes you normally, maybe you can probably do it in under an hour working when you work with GPT. So an AI such as ChatGPT. So I just believe that if you know what you're doing over a period of time, AI is not going to take away your jobs. It's not going to threaten you in any way. It's just going to help you to work better, work smarter, work faster. That's what AI is. It's just an assistant that will help us go and yeah. Titi, are you okay? Oh, I think another thing I would like to talk about how blockchain and AI work hand in hand. So now, you know, AI different from block the two together, it can actually take you very, very far away. So, for example, the blockchain is actually like um, a secure sure pathway or storage of information. Now, what the blockchain usually does, or what you can see, is that if you have written down a note on a piece of paper, maybe now that blockchain stores that information, and what it does is that it's um, across different places, pinpoints. It means that it can't be tampered with. That information can't be tampered with. Information can't be tampered with. If you now combine that with AI, that means a lot going forward. So it means that the information being given by the can look at some of the AIs we have out there, like ChatGPT, even Bing has its own AI. So these AIs sometimes have faults. They bring out wrong information, but then in action, meaning that the information can't be tampered with. The information there is solid, is permanent. Then you know that whatever information you ask it, if it gives you, you know that it's 100%. So if you ask it, for example, how much does the Mona Lisa painting Paris cost, you can know that when it tells you it's $5,000, it's accurate and its correlation is available on the blockchain. But right now we have various people who can tell us without us knowing who the actual source is. So that's what blockchain comes in to do. It's actually really of manipulating information and provides like a
So,
straight path information.
but they say blockchain is based on trust. It's a trust system, right?
Yes.
But AI, for instance, could tell you portions of a truth as opposed to the whole truth, right? I don't know if I'm making sense.
Yes, I get.
If, for instance, I was to ask ChatGPT or an AI, a bot such as that, to write an essay for me to submit for the SATs, for instance, it's very likely that you wouldn't be able to pass it off as your own, even though you're the one that put the information in and made the request of the AI, right? It's still considered not your work. So it's still considered not uh, there's no proof of truth, if that's the term I can use, since it can be detected that it was AI that did this work for you. So, in the end, is this truly helpful, or is this going to make the whole world a little bit more, a little bit more skeptical about everybody's work? Because I even mentioned an ad earlier on, really nice graphic ad earlier on, that I know I didn't produce, but it is going to become my brand because I'm pushing it as my brand. So where do we draw the line? What do you think?
Yes, so this has actually been like meant in the tech space, in the creative space. At what point in time does it, but personally, what I feel is that if AI to generate something for you, for example, a poem, and it does that, at that point in time, it's generated, it's actually authentically yours. So, but then AI that generated it for you, and that brings me back to what I was saying about the codes being now. If for any reason you ask for this work, what said partial truths, or should I say an incomplete truth, because there are some things that may be missing. So, as a professional, know what you are doing and like just make the work easier. So, you, for example, that work can be seen as legitimately yours. But then when it gives it back spellings, there may be some wrong spellings, or there might be some parts that you need to touch up a bit. Now, once you touch it up a bit, then it becomes yours fully. For example, about your school, it might get maybe your class wrong, it might get, but then in essence, you can still say it's your work. because once you touch it up, that I don't know if that basically answers your question, but it's
It
actually a
becomes
very
original.
slim line.
It becomes an
It's
original once you put
it's an
your
original work
word
once
in
you
there.
put your own effort into it. Exactly.
Mm,
For example,
mm,
if we are playing a song right now on the live, I think if we
yeah.
play maybe directly how it was played on this live, probably we are infringing on his rights, the copyrights and everything. We'll be like, no, it's a no. We do what the DJs do, adding maybe one or two different maybe extra drum beats or maybe elongating a
Mm,
particular tempo, changing the pitch. Automatically it becomes your work.
mm.
So you can
Okay.
name it
So even if
as your work.
the base beat was generated by an AI, if you put into the AI, or generate a beat that sounds African with a touch
Mm-hmm.
of Mexican and British or something like
Mm-hmm.
that, with the drums,
Exactly.
and then you go in there and then you tweak the length of the beats or something like that. You're saying it still becomes an original work, but just made your
Yes,
work a
ma'am.
little easier. But then
Yes.
it does feel like a lot of software was already doing this. Giving the opportunity to work on your own things, maybe not as fast. So doesn't it feel like we're really becoming the microwave generation that we've been accused of being? So we just want everything to be so quick, so fast. What is the true benefit of that? And then from there, let's see if we can link it to AI and crypto.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, I feel it's unavoidable. We are going to get to a point in time we'll just be using our heads, probably won't be moving. We'll sit down and then countries at the same time doing different things. We just, if we want to wash our laundry, we just think about on. We want dinner, we think about it, and the fridge gets microwaves it, and it's presented to us. So yes, I feel we are getting lazier. This movie called Wally. It's like an animation,
Mm.
and I saw some people
Wally,
float.
Wally was 2007 or 2008. That's how old that movie was.
Yes,
And it
but
feels like it's actually
where we
happening.
are going. Exactly,
Mm,
exactly.
mm, crazy, crazy.
Hello, can you hear me?
Okay. Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you loud and clear. Loud and clear. I can hear
Sorry,
you.
it
Go ahead.
seems like
But I can hear you loud and clear. Let me just type that so you can see it. All right, then it seems like he needed to log out and log back in again. But so far, the conversation has been interesting. Are we truly the microwave generation? Are we eventually becoming those huge people in the chairs on Wally? Hopefully not. But it is exciting to watch how things are advancing. I was asking earlier, I'm not sure if you can hear me. Can you hear me now?
yes, I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear. I'm thinking about the fact that AI and crypto are now combining. The combination of blockchain and artificial intelligence. Where is that going to take us? And I hear there are now AI cryptocurrencies now as well. How do they work?
Okay. So basically, I can say that AI and the blockchain, in fact, it's being accessed greatly by the bigger aren't using it for themselves. They are using it for business.
Okay, it seems like we've lost the feed temporarily. Hopefully, he'll be able to get back online in good time. It does happen sometimes when we're live. Um, and hopefully, by the time we start making use of all these AI cryptocurrencies and all this technology, our cell signal and our internet and wireless and everything is going to be all sorted out. So we're trying to talk a little bit about how AI and cryptocurrency come together, what benefit is of combining blockchain with artificial intelligence. We have thus Adegoroye Adedeji here. He's a technology enthusiast, information technologist, and he's an advocate for innovation and change. He's actually put together a mental health brand, and he is an advocate for achieving the SDG. That's the that he believes that the power and potential of crypto has yet to be fully harnessed is something we should be looking into. There is loads of news in the world of AI and crypto, and of course blockchain. I'll be sharing some news updates with you in a bit. Let's see. Are you back with us? How's it going?
That
All right then.
yes, I am with you.
All right. I was just about to give a news update on
Okay.
something that we found here on Blockchain Mastery podcast. Now, apparently, AI has predicted the Bitcoin price for the end of 2023. Did you know that?
That's interesting.
Did you?
So
Interesting, right?
what's the prediction?
All right, let me give you a little insight into the news. It says here now the cryptocurrency market is consolidating its past week's gains along with the largest decentralized finance, that's DeFi asset by market cap, Bitcoin, and crypto traders and investors looking at indicators that could provide insight into its future price movements. Now, in this context, the projections made using the machine self-learning technology over at finance prediction platform Coin Price Forecast. So this is according to Coin Price Forecast. It indicates a substantial increase in the price of Bitcoin by the end of 2023, according to the data assessed by Finbold on February 21st. So as of the day this report came out, it was, okay, let me say 24,670 plus. That was the price of Bitcoin at the time, which was already
Yeah.
49% above how it started in January, which was about 16,500, if you can remember. And apparently, the projected artificial intelligence price for the end of this year currently stands at $33,047, which would present a climb of about 34% from its price at the time of this report. So that's a big deal, right? That's over $10,000 over what it is now. Let's see what
Exactly.
the price of Bitcoin is right now. I think it should be about 21,000. I'm not sure. I'll have to refresh my system for that. Let's see if I can refresh my system for that to see what the price of Bitcoin is now. But imagine if AI is helping us so far to do so much. If it could actually predict what the price of Bitcoin is going to be, what do you think that means for we that are interested in cryptocurrency and probably have a few
So,
assets, possibly have a few assets stored up somewhere? What do you think?
well, I think
It's about 21
sure, but then
now.
yeah, I feel that personally, good investment because even if you don't reap your benefits now, in the long to the blockchain permanently when it comes to healthcare, when it comes to everything, because blockchain makes sure that data is safe. Now, when it comes to AI, where it can go, and if you should invest now or not. Now, we have so many using AI, even without us knowing. Like JP, that big investors use AI to predict where the market is going to go. Now, I keep saying this is that although it gives you like
A
what
prediction.
to do, it gives you like a
Okay.
prediction. But then if you're not a professional, fully apply the like and make the results result you need or you want. So, for example, the market is going to
mm,
close by the end of the year at $33,000. Now, that's a very useful information. That's actually very
mm,
good. Now, somebody who's into trading when it comes to investing, market, and all that, will be able to see that information based on other trends do with it. So he knows that, okay, maybe it's going to dip, like perhaps this dip to maybe 15,000 first before it goes forward to 30,000. Now he will know that, okay, he's not going to buy immediately, he's going to wait till when it dips forward. So asking questions, it might tell you, yes, this is it, but then as a professional, you need to ask. For example, if you ask it to write you maybe a script for show, now obviously you're going to give it names, you're going to give it locations, you're going to, is it going to be a Shakespeare kind of setting and things like that. There are so many details you need to get a proper response, and even that proper response, you still need to modify it before you can move forward. That's my basic that's my belief. Invest, I think it's a very wonderful idea, but then you need to still understand the basics for you to be able to understand that 2 times 2
yeah,
is
sure.
4, and 2 plus 2 is still 4 calculator, and they ask you what's the difference between 2 times 2 and 2 plus 2, you will still not, how to use it. Now by the time you see 3 times
So
3, you'll be
yeah.
thinking something else.
So, in truth, especially with the prediction according to the article I just read here, it didn't say that Bitcoin couldn't get to 50,000 somewhere halfway through the year and then dip to 33. It just said it could end the year at 33,000. So, it could actually possibly climb a lot higher than that before the end of the year. If that point makes sense. For those of you who are just joining us, we're talking artificial intelligence in blockchain technology here, and it's really interesting what the news is all about these days with regards AI. If you are online on the social media, you'll be seeing loads of ads and things like that for AI bots and the like. And not a lot of people understand what it means to use an AI bot or how it could apply to the industry. And we're trying to
Yeah.
sort of connect it with a blockchain technology today. We've covered quite a few things, weak AIs, strong AIs, for instance, and some real world applications of AI. But I want to talk a little bit about um, the issue of actual AI crypto. Have you ever invested in any? Do you understand what they represent, and you think they are going to be good to invest in?
Okay, I have not traded using AI, although I've traded on the blockchain. Been a bit skeptical. Like I said, you have to have professional knowledge to an extent for you to fully entrust, for you to actually fully trust or use the result. So I don't feel AI is perfect yet for me to trust, and I don't have that much funds to play with at the moment. So I have people who have done so, who entrust AI to trade. So many big companies that do that. Now it comes with a big risk because an AI, it means it's somewhat autonomous because you're giving it full power. So if it behaves like a 12-year-old kid, then you're going to lose a lot of money. But then if it behaves like a 12-year-old adult, then probably you're going to make a lot of money. So it's based on the information that will determine the outcome of that in general. So personally, I think I've been exposed to a few academies, AI trading AI platforms like EA Academy, and name if I didn't
Mm.
get it right. wrong. Yes. So what they do is that trade. But still, there's still a touch of human input. That's what I touch of like human guidance. Because even if they give you like the AI price at this level and exit market at this other level, most often than not, there's someone and telling you, hey, you don't enter with, if for example you have $100, when you have what we call pips. So if it's going to move up like 5 pips, and on peep movements, what you're adding or subtracting is $1 because you have $100. $10,000 in his account. He can use $100 per pip. Now, if you're using means that you may just go once and suddenly you're out of the trade and you have, so that's a very, very high. So if you do not have that human input, that human knowledge, or utilize the AI, then you're still going to lose. For anybody out there who wants to actually trade using AI, what I'll suggest is that you should first take about like go through the particular medium you want to trade, you want to learn about it, you want to learn about the basic terminologies. For example, as an IT guy, when it comes to when you're creating a website, for the front page, you're going to use CSS, which is called cascading style sheet. HTML to structure the page, and you're going to use some for the back end. I know what you need as well. You need maybe Python, and you need some databases and all that. When I'm asking the web, like an AI to generate or generate a website for me, by the time I receive that data, I will not know what to do with it. So I'll just to participate in AI yes. To first go and learn the basics. The basics are very important. Basics, you actually run a risk of just losing money. That's what I believe. Now, talking about the different types of AI that exist, we have those that create images, flyers, you can even create a movie. I've seen several types of AI, but I assure you that for you to access any of these, you still need to know the basics. That's the only way it's going to actually help you achieve that goal.
Mm. Okay, so I'm hearing everything you're saying loud and clear, and we've actually gone past our time limit on this conversation. But it is such an interesting topic, and it is of course developing. Week after week, we're hearing new things every other week about AI. I wanted to touch on I Am Academy because I do know I saw it in your profile that you are a student of I Am Academy. What did you learn there, and why do you think it's important to get an education like this?
Okay, so for I Am Academy, the beautiful thing about I Am Academy is one thing. I Am Academy teaches you how to trade, it teaches you how to invest, how to do so much in a simplified manner. And the beautiful part about it is if you're going to Academy, you learn so much more than just trading. You learn so much more than just about it. You learn how to be a mentor. You learn how to relate with people. You learn how to market. There's so many things that pack in one on the I Am Academy. And while you're learning, the beautiful thing is that you get to earn. So imagine you're going to school. Very few students actually while you learn, you earn. For example, if you're actually working, I think ND is the government institution. Now, while you're learning to become a soldier, they pay you. Now, this is the same thing I Am Academy does. While you're learning, they still teach you how to earn. So they have people who mentor directly teaching you that okay, while you're learning how to trade, for example, on the forex, here are some samples that you can use to practice and make real money. So learning as you're improving, you're still having money. You don't now just flush your school fees. That's the beautiful part. While I was at I Am Academy, I know that I was able to get um, I was able to get a professional at first. The first month I came in, I made a lot of money. Obviously, learn, because part of the things that they teach at IAM Academy, which I didn't have at first. Most people don't have that patience. Now, when you come in, there are some things they teach you how to, what you call compound interest, how to reinvest, what percent, and things like that. Some basic things that ordinarily, if you do it yourself, it might take you learn some of those lessons, but then you're able to learn them in a very short time because you have. So actually, I was actually um, one of the people I think should talk to. Her name is Joy, and she's actually one of the people who has really been inspiring, because the thing about IM Academy is that it has like a family feel to it. Now, I haven't met her before. I'm the kind of person, like the whole family is like, even the coach above her, Coach Divine, and then we have coaches who are above. They call me, they text me, they ask me, hey, what's up, what's going on, how you doing, how your trade's coming through, do you need to be educated, and if there's anything you don't understand. So that's the beautiful part of IM Academy, that you're learning from while making money. So I Academy to anybody who has the time, the resources to actually learn and invest in their life.
It's obvious that learning and understanding the markets, understanding how money moves and how the markets move, understanding more about blockchain technology is key before you invest wholeheartedly in it. But there's also uh, something else that you need to take note of. Blockchain is here to stay. It's not going anywhere, and
Not going
it
anywhere.
is
In
really
fact, it's going to get better.
is getting bigger and better. And for those who didn't get on board initially, they have missed out on some initial stages. But um, I like the prediction thing. I like the prediction thing that I mentioned earlier on. It sounds promising. And it does sound like AI is taking us places that we probably couldn't have gone without it. Now, apparently, artificial intelligence was founded as an academic discipline. Now, do you know what year
Wow.
that happened? Do you know what year that happened?
I
Let's
won't be
see.
surprised if that would be maybe 2019. Am I right?
Say again. What year? Say it again.
2019.
Can you hear me? 2019, is that what you
Yes,
said?
I can hear you. And I said, in which country exactly?
It was definitely not here. It was definitely not in Africa. It was by someone called, don't Google it, by someone called John McCarthy, but it wasn't in
Okay.
2019. It was in 1956. Artificial intelligence was a term coined by John McCarthy in
Oh,
1956. Now, that does feel, and it was founded as an academic discipline in that year as well. Um,
wow.
there were thought capable artificial beings, and honestly, they were being written in books as far back as 1956. In fiction books like Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, for instance. The study of mechanical or formal reasoning was it started with philosophers and mathematicians. And honestly speaking, if we're just really coming to the realization of how it can affect our world in a positive way, I think we are a little slow. We need to speed it up and we need to get the knowledge we need. And hopefully, a podcast like this has helped someone out there today. Gee, I have to say thank
Yes,
you
ma'am.
to you for joining us today on the
Thank
Blockchain
you.
Market Podcast. Thanks for sharing your story.
Before you go, I would like to say something.
Go ahead.
If you Okay, so I would just like to actually leave a question for the next person. I don't know if you have, but I would like to leave a question for the next person who will be coming on the program. And which technology would you invest in yourself 10 years ago to invest? What technology will you invest in? Is it AI? Is it computing? Whatever. exactly. So you can ask the person, and then maybe what
Mm,
technology would you have invested in 10 years ago
hmm,
that you feel money?
interesting. That's an interesting question. I hope I remember it. I'm gonna have to type it out now. Let me type it somewhere. What technology would you have invested in 10 years ago that you'd still be using today? Interesting. Thank you so much, DG.
Yes.
Interesting question.
Welcome, yeah.
Make sure you
All right.
stay in touch with us. Hit us up on LinkedIn or Twitter or Instagram or Facebook with your questions and contributions. If you're watching or listening from any platform, we'll do what we can to respond to the questions as soon as we see them. Thanks so much, DG. And there you have it on Blockchain Mastery Podcast for today. I gave you a little news update earlier on the fact that AI predicted the Bitcoin price for the end of 2023. So AI is doing quite a lot of different things, but it does still need quite a lot of human input. Now, the European Commission is also in ensures healthy competition in the metaverse, apparently, considering the regulatory struggle to keep up with the ever evolving innovations digital age, and commissioner for the competition since 2014, recommended a head start into brainstorming implications of technologies like the metaverse and chat GPT. Why, I wonder? Why are they trying to control it? Well, it kind of fits that they would prefer to have a better hold on competition. I wonder. We will be looking at and watching that story as well. Now, obviously, the way the world goes forward, as long as someone is in the lead, might be changing. There might be people from other countries around the world taking the lead now. It might not just be Europe anymore, and especially with young people in Africa doing amazing things. All right, then we have to wrap it up on Blockchain Mastery Podcast for this evening. Thank you so much for joining us. We will be back very soon with so much more. Oh, before you go, there is something I showed you earlier on. If you tuned in earlier on the show, you would have seen it. Now, I showed a QR code at the beginning of the show where you could scan and try out an AI, that's an artificial intelligence that helps create ads for you and your brand. All you have to do is input the information you need for your brand. I'm talking the color, the brand name, of course, and some other details that you want to put in your ad. Once you put that in, all you have to do is scan the QR code, and it'll just press send, and then it'll generate ads for your brand in seconds. It'll just use your brand colors, your brand title, your name, your payoff. Just scan the QR code right now. Once you do, you'll be redirected to adcreative.ai. All right, then, once again, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.